For spiritual seekers, this is a very subtle point, because that mindset, which is collectively conditioned, nobody's personal problem, that has an enormous need for more of whatever it may be, more. That mindset is quite deep-seated. It implies, of course, that you have an enormous need for future, because it's only through future, and you're looking into future, where you can get the future, the mind-made self tells you, will enable you to get that. And this is why very few human beings are actually where they are, rooted in the presence of now. They are reaching out in that drive for more. They are reaching continuously. They are being pulled out of now, which is all there ever is, which is life itself. Nothing else ever exists except now. But they are pulled out of this into a mental projection, a psychological future where they're going to complete themselves because they will reach that more there. That's the momentum. And that's how most people live. In that continuous, almost desperate search for being ultimately yourself. Finding yourself through more. Through future. Finding myself through future. Everybody's doing it through looking where you can add more. Where is the more? I need more. And then you become frustrated with the more gross levels of more, and then you move up into the subtle levels of more, where you seek to add, perhaps, spiritual experiences. And a spiritual seeker needs to be very careful and look whether within him or herself the need for more still operates, and then the spiritual search becomes a need to add more to me as spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is valuable and beautiful as a pointer, but it can become mental content that I identify with as me. Spiritual scriptures and spiritual knowledge is wonderful. This country is the cradle for that. It has got the most beautiful and profound maps or signposts towards who you truly are, to point you to that. And if used rightly, it works beautifully and powerfully. But if used by a mind that is seeking more to add to me, then the very scripture could become a hindrance, because you accumulate maps and signposts. They are beautiful and you carry great knowledge. And in a very subtle way, a spiritual ego could also come in. It's very more subtle than the BMW ego. It's the ego coming back through the back door, and there's a very subtle sense of, I am now more than all those poor little worms who have not yet seen the light. I have studied those things. I have studied with masters. I've been to monasteries, or in the West it's workshops. I have done all those, and there's so much. There's a very subtle sense of more, but never enough. Because you feel, well, I haven't quite arrived yet, but I'm already more than all those mere more. It's a very subtle thing, and you have to be very vigilant to see it in yourself, that still that deep-seated collective mental conditioning, the need for more, flows even into the spiritual search, the spiritual seeking to become fully myself. And again, there's a great psychological need for future, because I seek to complete myself in future. So that the same mindset can operate in that realm also.